Hey guys, I'm the Berk and I do things, and today is going to be a new type of video that I'm testing out for the channel. I did post a poll on my community tab and it seems like a lot of people were interested in this style of video where I'm going to kind of go through some of the, I'm not going to say the brand new releases of the last like week or so, but some of the more recent releases of different beauty products that have come out and what is stopping me from clicking buy and the thought processes I'm having, maybe the things that I am shopping my stash for. I haven't officially like declared that I'm on some sort of a no buy because I hate being boxed in. Being boxed in is the most suffocating feeling that somebody could put me in. But I have been feeling like I am on a no buy, but I don't want to make it officially official. It's just kind of unofficially official, you know? A perfect example is for Christmas, I did get an Ulta gift card. I haven't used it yet. So of course, at some point this year, I'm going to use it for something that I want. So like that to me means I'm maybe not on a no buy. I don't know. I'm on like an almost no buy. Let's call it the almost no buy. This is a silly introduction. We're trying a new filming location now. You can let me know what you think. Again, I've just been more comfortable filming on the ground lately, so we'll see how this goes. The first item I'm going to talk about is from Lawless Beauty, and they have had this Forget the Filler line for a while, and it always interests me. And lately they came out with the cherry, is that what it's called? The cherry vanilla, which I've been very into like cherry vanilla-y kind of scents. I have one, a fragrance, I'm wearing it right now from Dossier, and I really like it. That being said, if you saw my empties from last year, I didn't finish any actual like lip products besides lip balms, so I do not need to be going out and buying a cherry lip gloss just to smell it. That being said, I do have this product from NYX, the cherry milkshake. So if I am really wanting my cherry vibes, color wise, not necessarily scent wise, I always have a gloss right here that I can get a cherry lip out of, and I do not need to be getting myself the Lawless cherry vanilla lip product, even though it sounds lovely. I don't need it. I keep saying that. It is so windy right now. Okay, the next product here is a Sephora Favorites kit. And in the past, Sephora Favorite kits, they called out to me more than most things at Sephora. And this one here has Charlotte Tilbury Full-Size Pillow Talk, a Clarins lip oil, a Glossier Ultra Lip, a Rare Beauty matte lipstick, and a Tarte Juicy Lip Plump. Let me tell you something. This retails for $34. It's not the worst deal, except there is no reason for me to ever buy any lip set that advertises itself as being such a great value because it is a full-size Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, because I've had this Pillow Talk, I'm wearing it on my lips right now, this teeny tiny Pillow Talk for years. Why do I need a full size of this? Why do I need this in full size? I can't even use this. If I ever use this, maybe then we can talk. But even then, that seems silly. I feel like this kit, having its two full sizes being the matte lipsticks, makes it not worth it to me, because I am more likely to use a full size of like a lip gloss or a lip oil than a lipstick. So to me, that is me using this and explaining to myself why I do not need this lip kit, especially because again, I never finish lip products. But I mean, it's a nice lipstick. I'll give it that, but I don't need it. I do not need it. In a united front, let me know in the comments what you guys also do not need and that you have to talk yourselves out of. Right, the next product on here, okay, this is from Buxom. I feel like Buxom is one of those brands where like it takes them a long time to release something interesting, but they came out with these Plump Shot Collagen Peptide Plumping Cream blushes, which like, you don't need a plumping blush, but I guess like plump is their word. The shade that intrigues me the most is the shade, I guess it's called Blissful Blush. It's like that kind of more neutrally looking shade. Let me tell you something. First of all, a few years back when Buxom had the really popular powder blushes and the shade Seychelles was really popular, I got that blush and I disliked that blush so much that I decluttered it, even though like it was barely used. And I don't really declutter new blushes unless I really don't like them. So there's that, even though these are cream blushes, so it's a different formula, different shades. I just feel like when I look at them, I don't know. That shade reminds me a lot of my MAC Glow Play in the shade So Natural. And I mean, like, I'm wearing this right now. Like, I love this blush. There's no reason for me to get something that's a similar shade to this when I already have this shade in a formula I really like. So it's just the thoughts. I have to have the thoughts. I have to talk it out with myself, and then we find the solution. Okay, this one was hard. This was actually what I almost used my Ulta gift card on. That's how close I was to buying it. The new Natasha Denona mini dream palette, whatever this thing is called. One of my favorite shimmer formulas are the Natasha Denona shimmers. And when I first saw this, the promo photos I saw, I guess it was the lighting of the palette, it looked a lot more warm toned to me. And I have just come to notice that when I do my eyeshadow, I prefer a more warm tone look on myself than a cool tone. So when I was watching reviews on this, I felt like the mattes pulled cooler than I prefer. I own 3 mini Natasha Denona palettes. I have these 2 on my eyes right now. The one I am the least likely to wear is my glam palette, my mini glam palette. Now today I am wearing, I guess it's 1, 2, 3, 4 shades, like all but the middle shade today. However, I had to bring in my mini nude palette to mix into the 2 mattes in this because these mattes are just too cool tone for my liking. So I just know that if I got the mini My Dream palette, I wouldn't be happy with the color that the mattes turned on my skin tone. So it would be silly for me to get it. Okay, what do I have next here? Oh, okay. Next, okay, I'm really not interested in the Camo Hydrating CC Cream from e.l.f., but the blushes. Of course, a liquid blush is interesting. Now, this is a doe foot blush. I've seen it in store a bunch, and I've been like back and forth on how I feel about it. You know what? If I really want to have a blush, use a blush with a doe foot, I have one right here. I got this Danessa Myricks. What is this called? Their Vision Flush in Bread and Butter. And look, if I really have a desire to put a doe foot on my cheeks, I got one right here. Guess what? I even have one of these in a highlighter if I want to mix in a little highlight as well. I don't think it's that I feel like I want that blush. I just like want the experience of using that blush, and I can get the experience with a product I already own in my collection. This next product here, I don't have like a item to show you, but this is from Nars. And sometimes I look at Nars products and I think that's really pretty. Definitely boring, but I feel like that's my aesthetic. Kind of boring is my aesthetic, we'll call it. Let me tell you something. A few years ago, I think it was Jessica Braun recommended this, like it was a 6-pan palette from Nars, and I was so excited because she wore it all the time. She talked about it all the time. I was like, this is it. I want this. And I forget, I must have gotten it on some sale or something. It was one of the worst eyeshadow formulas I've ever used in my life. The shimmers were not shimmering. Let's put it that way. Because of that situation I was in, even if maybe I got a dud, there is no way that Nars could convince me to buy their eyeshadow ever again because I was so slighted, is that the word? Slighted by them that one time that I will never give them my money again for an eyeshadow. Okay, the next thing here. This is big news, obviously, that Ulta now has Sol de Janeiro, which is by far one of my favorite brands out there. Their scent profile really does call to me, and the price of Sol de Janeiro will forever kind of baffle me. I don't get why they are priced the way they are. And now that Tree Hut has nearly duped their kind of classic Boom Boom Cream scent, I find it very hard to justify buying Sol de Janeiro because that Tropic Glow, I'm pretty sure is the name of the scent from Tree Hut, it's so close to being spot on that for less than $10, I can get the price of a nearly $50 body cream. Like, it's just a no-brainer to me, in my opinion. The only thing I really could ever see myself maybe getting again is their body spray, because that's the one thing that I feel like Tree Hut is missing out on. Like, they have the shower gel, they have, I think, the body scrub, they have the body butter. Like, the spray is like the one thing I feel like Tree Hut is missing out on right now, which, Tree Hut, give me a call, let's chat. Okay, this one's interesting. This is from Essence. It says it's in Europe now, and it's their Juicy Balm Lip Oil, which is interesting because a few years ago, I bought their Juicy Balm Shiny Lip Gloss, and this is in Pink Lemonade, which the new shades say Coconut, Strawberry, Mandarin, Mint, and Cherry. So they don't have this one, but this is like a really cute little lip gloss, but I never use it. It's not like a, oh, definitely I like ate some of that just now. I'm wondering how similar the formulas are because as far as like lip gloss goes, this is very, very lightweight. So I already own this. I feel like they just like, I feel like they repackaged this because lip oil is the new like buzzword. And I bet you it's this shiny lip gloss still because I got my eyes on you. Essence, I feel like it's the same product, but maybe that this type of packaging isn't as like hip. Now they're just like, oh, let's put it in a different tube and call it an oil. I don't know. I'm onto them. Milani New Cream Bronzers. I feel like I've heard both sides of this. I've heard people love it. I've heard people don't love it. I have two very strong opinions on this. First, I got one of these cream blushes back when they were hyped up and I truly disliked it. I really did. And not that I like hated the formula, I felt like the color I chose and the color I got, the photography never matched. I felt like the color I had in my pan. So I feel like how can I even trust that the photography of these bronzers is what I'm gonna get in my hand? So I have like trust issues. And not only that, my Makeup Revolution bronzer, like I hit pan on this last year. I'm wearing this today. Like I don't need a new cream bronzer. I have a great one right here. This one is even cheaper than the Milani one. So no, I don't need it. Oh, this one. This is from Pixie. This is their On the Glow Blush Cheek Tone. Hydrating solid cheek tint formulated with a pH reactive pigment for a flush of color unique to you. First of all, I thought we were over pH, but I have this one. This is the Tinted Moisture Stick. I have this in the shade Fleur. This was the one I guess that went like viral. I don't understand the hype of this. The formula is okay. The applicator is kind of less than ideal. I guess because this one went viral, they're trying to keep rolling it out with different versions because I know they have like a bronzer version of this, but I thought we were past the pH cheeks. I thought we were done with like hot pink cheeks. I don't know. Isn't that so 2023? Did I miss a memo? Okay, this one. Wow. These Halo palettes from Smashbox. It takes a lot for me to like really do a double take at a palette, but I thought it was interesting. They have 4 different shades. I do like Smashbox cheek products in general, and then they also have the Becca highlighter in there, which I think is a nice way for them to bring the Becca highlights kind of into their permanent collection rather than just always having them on their own. But that being said, I have a Smashbox face palette. I have a Becca face palette. I love my Cali contour palette from Smashbox. It's a pretty well used palette. I am wearing this blush today, but I do not need another Smashbox face palette when I have a full face palette right here. And as far as Becca goes, not only do I have singles of their highlighters, this face palette alone also has 2 of their highlighters. I did put a little champagne pop on today just for nostalgia's sakes, but yeah. I definitely don't need a combination Smashbox Becca face palette, even though it looks so pretty. This one confuses me. You know, Catrice went off of Ulta, and I just feel like they like lost their thing. Why are they duping this? This Kaja blush stamp thing, I didn't buy this. I would not have bought this. I got this in PR from Kaja, and first of all, this is not an ideal applicator. I don't know why that was what Catrice wanted to copy. Honestly, if you wanted to do like a spongy kind of blush, why did you do the stamp? That's the worst part of the whole thing. Even today, when I tried to use some of this, I just dipped my brush right in here because the stamp is kind of just like a gimmick. I don't know, maybe if you wanted to do something like this, you could have made a better inventive way than this, because this stamp, like, it's just a gimmick. Catrice, you could have done better in my opinion. All right, I feel like every year lately, ColourPop comes out with these heart-shaped blushes, and they're so cute, but for years I've had heart-shaped blushes in my collection and they barely get touched. I have one from Too Faced here, the Love Flush blush in I Will Always Love You. Honestly, it's fairly well used, but it's not used well enough that I need another one. And I also have their Sweetheart blush in the shade, I guess it's Perfect Flush. It's very pink. It's very pink, and it doesn't get a lot of use, even though it's heart-shaped and super cute. It doesn't get a lot of use, so that's why I do not need the ColourPop version of it. Then Sephora came out with these new highlighters and contours. Now, the highlighters, I know I don't use highlighters a lot, but the contours, like the shades actually look like very interesting shades for contouring. Guess when the last time I contoured was? Yeah, I don't remember either, so I don't need a contour. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was that the Pantone color of the year is Peach Fuzz, and I know a lot of peachy tones are gonna come out this year, and I actually really do like peachy tones, but I have peachy tones because I like peachy tones, and I don't need to just buy all the peachy tones because it's the color of the year. And it's not only the color of the year, I feel like it's a color of the year that also ties in really well with the makeup market, because peach is a really easy eyeshadow palette to make. It's a really easy blush product to make. It's a really easy lip color to make. It's a really easy packaging color to make. So I feel like we will see a lot of peach this year, and it's going to take all our might to be able to not buy all the peach this year. So we can do it. We're in this together. So this were the couple newer releases I thought we could talk about today. Let me know, are there new products that are really drawing you in and you're trying to talk yourself out of? What kind of techniques are you guys using to talk yourselves out of them? Or are you just saying F it and getting it all? Because that's also really fun too. Trust me, I get that. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Are you also doing an unofficial no buy because you can't trap yourself into the no buy because you'll feel more compelled to buy if you're in the no buy? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, that's it for this video. As usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Instagram down below. Give it a follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.